Welcome back to Essick Farms. So it's February, but spring is just around the corner. And my plan this year for spring is to get my cow pastures looking a lot better. Step one is going to be putting out lime. I went and got 20 bags of lime, which is around 800 pounds. That's going to be a start. I'm going to put it in this field here. This is one that I re-sowed the grass in. I did a video on that, re-sowing a cow pasture. Looked really good last year, but it's got some broom stage in it and a little bit of dog fennel. So I'm hoping that the lime will help that. Then I'm going to go down to the Saturday field down at the bottom of the farm, what I call the Saturday field. I'm going to put around 400 pounds on that field too, which is an acre, and that should be a good start for that. The second part would probably be I'm going to get some grass seed, put out more lime, I'm sure, but get some grass seed for the bare spots, get some grass growing up for that, and try to have some good fields this summer for my cows to be able to rotate them. So we got 320 pounds of lime in the spreader hooked up to the John Deere. I'm going to start spreading them out over this little pasture here. So there is some green grass out here, but like I said, it's February, but we've been getting quite a bit of rain and 70-degree weather. But I was out here looking around, flipping over some cow poop, and found an earthworm, and quite a few of them. And that's a good indication that your soil is in good shape. So this is what I call the Saturday field. Most of the time it's where I put my cows in here on a Saturday. And this is a really good field. Don't look like that much right now, but this is a good field. And I fought a lot of battles down here with dog fennel, walked around with the sprayer and sprayed poison on and kill them. Now I see that some of the brood stage is coming up. So hopefully this lime will help get the pH back up. And I'm gonna put 400 pounds of lime on it today. Probably come back and put another 400, and hopefully that will help get this field looking a little bit better. So it's a cold, wet, rainy day. Probably should be in the house sitting by the fireplace with a cup of coffee, but I'm out here planting grass seed. So I'm gonna take the rake here and the Massey Ferguson 50 and tear up the ground so that way I can make a good bed for the seeds, kind of like this. So I got that raked up just a strip, and up here, this is where it had the bare spots. But I want to show you something here too. This is where I rolled out a round bale, fed the cows one time with a round bale. But look at all that grass growing where the hay is. So this is manure and hay that I got around the hay feeder. Cleaned it up a little bit, and I'm gonna put the grass seed down and lightly cover this over it. So this is the grass seed I got. It's a Premier Forage, got a lot of different grass seeds in it. Covers up to an acre, so that's all I need right now for just the strips that I'm working on today. So I'm just gonna take the bag, grass seed, and get a handful and just sling it out. And try to do a pretty good cover on it. So I got the seeds down, put them out pretty heavy. Wanting this to grow really good. So next I'm going to throw out the hay and manure. This is how I spread the manure and hay out. Just twist the pitchfork and let it lightly fall down. Just enough to cover the seeds. So I had about 10 foot down at the end I didn't get covered, but I just raked it over with the pitchfork. But all this covered it really good. So it's another Saturday, and we got another 800 pounds of lime that we're going to put out. So I want to show you where we're going to put this. Okay, so this is the field that we're going to do today. And as you can see, these bare spots, I'm going to do the same thing like I did over there with the hay and the grass seed and the manure, and try to get these bare spots to grow some grass. This field is really good, but it does have a lot of trouble with dog fennel. So I'm hoping that this lime will help clear some of that up. But as you can see, it's pretty green out here and stuff, so it's growing pretty good. So we have a problem. This shouldn't be able to do this. I think the gears in the box are stripped out. I'm going to take it apart and see what I can do with it. So I took it apart. This is the gearbox, and I think what happened is the spring pin broke. So this hole should be lined up with this hole. And after searching for 30 minutes, I finally found my bag of those, so I'm gonna put a new one in there. So it has a hole in there for that spring pin to line up in, and I can't seem to find it. Oh, there it is. All right. So we got this field done, put out 400 pounds. But look at this strip of grass that I planted. It's been down for a week. So this is the last field that we're gonna do. As you can see, there's a lot of dog fennel over there. There's a gully right there, and there's stumps on the other side, so I really can't bush hog it or anything, but I'm gonna try and get that up this year if I have to go and spray it or dig it up by hand, one way or the other, but I'm gonna try and get rid of that this year. So let's go ahead and spread some lime on this field. So this field is done, but out of all the fields, this one is the worst. It's got a lot of bare spots, a lot of dog fennel. But I do think that since the grass seed worked so good, the way it did on this strip over here, I'm gonna be able to do that on every bare spot. And so within a week, have grass growing in it. So I think that's gonna really help the cow pastures look a lot better. So we got 400 pounds of lime down in each field. I may come back in a couple of weeks and put more, but right now I'm gonna focus on getting the grass to grow in the bare spots. And I think that worked really good the way I did it on that little test area I did up there. Raked the ground and then threw down a heavy amount of grass seed with cow manure and hay on top. Within a week, it had grass growing out of it. So that's a good sign. And this is something I've been wanting to do for a while now, get my cow pastures looking better to be able to feed the cows out of it. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that thumbs up, leave a comment down below, and we'll see you next time here on the farm.